What we are seeing from the radical left, from the Democrat Party, is a direct frontal assault, attack on federal law enforcement, on the United States Constitution, and on the bedrock principle that the federal government is the supreme law of the land, that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. You have Democrats in New York City, for example, encouraging the rioters who are assaulting ICE officers, removing criminal aliens from their communities. You have Democrats trying to create tracking apps to tell the criminals, the fugitives, the rapists, the killers, the cartel members where and when ICE is going to be.
All right, let's get to your latest scary story, because it's Halloween every week for Malcolm Nance on on his Substack, Black Man Spy. The man who wants you dead, Trump's Gollum, Stephen Miller, wants to see your blood in the streets. Can't we stop him? Wow, you just right out of the chute, Mr.
Well, I can't help it that these guys just jump up and verify everything that I write and, ask me for autographs. I don't know. These people are evil.
Yeah.
And now you've got my blood up. We're going to talk about this in great depth today. I'm not joking when I give these warnings. Okay, that's and I also have a video that's going to be coming out about this. But we're at the point where there's going to be violence. And violence, of course, as you all know, I wrote in my book, They Want to Kill Americans. Violence comes from the right in the United States. There is no left violence of any note out there. Murders, assassinations overwhelmingly come from the right.
Yep. Well, and so it was interesting. You talk about every Thursday you do a Substack Live with Michael Cohen and Lev Parnas. You say you refer to it as two felons and a spy, which is cute. But you said a few weeks ago, I asked them, who in the administration will get Trump to issue the order that results in killing Americans? They almost simultaneously said Stephen Miller. Who recently said the Democrat Party is not a political party, it's a domestic extremist organization. They've literally called Democrats in Congress terrorists. I mean,
yes.
This is where we are in the rhetoric, right?
Yeah, and we have two types of terrorism occurring here, or activities within the pantheon of the terrorism world. One is stochastic terrorism, where they map out, through using verbal terms, another group or party as a terrorist group, but they don't intend to do anything. They intend to have others take action against it. And that's where you get your school shooters. That's where you get people who are assassinating democratic principles and things like that. That's from stochastic terrorism. Then you have Stephen Miller telling everyone that he's engaging in state terrorism. That's where every aspect and part of the government, a whole of government effort, is used to terrorize individuals or groups of individuals or the entire population to make them fear the state. And that's what you have with ICE, Homeland Security, the Attorney General, that moron calls himself Secretary of War, and all of them, a whole of government approach to terrorizing you, to make you fear the administration, and, of course, to entertain the people who love cruelty being the point.
Stephen Miller just threatened to arrest Governor Pritzker for seditious conspiracy, right? Or you say he was quoted recently as saying, "We will not live in fear, but you will live in exile, because the power of law enforcement under President Trump's leadership will be used to find you, will be used to take away your money, take away your power, and if you've broken the law, to take away your freedom." I mean,
yeah.
This is as serious as it gets, right? I mean, using terms like seditious conspiracy against a sitting governor.
Sure. And it's just a question of when that match is going to be lit. I mean, you see that when they're doing this thing, what do they call it out in Chicago? Operation Midwest Push or Mainline something. These stupid names where they are now on a daily basis denying Americans their right. I mean, they rolled up 400 African Americans in a midnight raid, zip tying kids. And you know what you don't hear from the media? How their rights were taken away from them. How American citizens are now being attacked individually. It's an anathema to me. I spent my life defending your rights, defending people's ability to have all the freedoms of the Constitution. The Constitution is what I wrote now in my book, Plot to Destroy Democracy. We are in a constitutional autocracy in which the Constitution is only going to be applied to his followers, and the rest of us will have our rights stripped away from us. And one last thing. Every one of you who's listening to this that has not hit the streets in protest, you are partially responsible for this. Those of you who didn't vote, you are partially responsible for this. So as soon as you can look in the mirror and realize it's time for you to get out and do something about this, then perhaps we can go back and fight for our rights.
Well, I always love your call to action. I mean, first of all, you say the activities of Miller, Noem, and Bodney are being done for the entertainment of MAGA. It's national-level trolling to appeal to the demented fantasies Trump offers. Nothing they do protects Americans, but to set up the framework to kill some of them, to terrorize the rest, and keep Trump and Trumpism in power forever. So you say, what can you do about it? Your life depends on your ability to resist and convince the 90 million voters who did not bother to vote in 2024 and who thinks politics is uninteresting. How do we speak to them in such a way they engage and will vote to wash away the MAGA ideology in 26? And you say we have the power to change the meta-narrative, right?
We do. Yeah, we have this power. And, people say, well, I went to the No Kings back in June. Well, we've been having these protests once every 4 months, and little ones are happening in your community, and that's great. But you know who that's not having an impact on? The 90 million people that didn't vote, the 90 million people that are, going out and watching football and taking care of their kids. The people who have 1 minute and 30 seconds on average take in information about politics every day. Yeah. It's time to engage them on a massive level, and we have to do it asymmetrically. So my political action group, fafopac.org, we are calling for people to start taking over overpasses in the United States. Just go up there. We've spoken about this here before. Put a message up on those overpasses and leave it. And as people see those messages, if they're not engaged, they will be engaged for up to 5 minutes every time they see that sign. And if you can put up anything, we said this last week. My favorite was OMG, GOP, WTF.
To the point. You also have closed by saying on weekends, bring a boombox and American flags, dress up as a giant frog, have an ABBA dance party. Oh, I'm in for that. At your overpass to show America that activism and protest can be both informative and fun. Don't forget your inflatable costumes. Get drivers to honk for your message. If we don't convince millions more uninformed Americans to fight for their rights, we may lose them forever. Here.
True.
I wanted to talk to you both, Yahweh and Yesh, because I wrote a book, and it's about you guys, but it's really about some of your fans, the mean ones, the racist ones, the homophobe ones, the ones who don't like women. You guys come off really well in the book. Jesus, you come off really good in this book.
Yeah, I've heard that when people talk about the Bible, they tell me that God, you come off really well.
Said no one ever.
Jesus comes off really well. Yeah, no, God, you're very impressive, God. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but you there's some moments, Almighty, where you're kind of the alcoholic stepgod. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus, he's chill throughout. Like he's proof of evolution.
But John, people have been twisting my message, right? And that's what this book is about.
It really is, Jesus. I mean, I've gone through this book of yours many times. You never said anything against the gays. You never said anything against women having to be forced to be pregnant. I mean, you're not against abortion. You're against the death penalty, Jesus. I know that. You're like your dad in that you tell us to welcome the stranger.
Yeah. I mean, the right people are twisting my message left and right, and we can't take it anymore. So we're so excited to have this book, a really rock-solid resource to show people what the Bible actually says. And that's why we love you, John. You're spreading our true good word.
Simon & Schuster's Avid Reader Press presents Separation of Church and Hate, the bold, hilarious new book from John Fugelsang, available September 9th and on sale now at your local independent bookstore or your favorite non-evil website.